Hey howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here. Today's video is my monthly collab with Andi from Andi Does Stuff. We are doing the Beauty and the Soul challenge that I have posted on IG. Today we are going to be talking about taking our personal power back. So I am going to create a look. I am going to roll the video and I'm going to do a voiceover and talk to you about personal power, what it is, and how we take it back. Thank you, Andi, for agreeing to do this extremely important topic, and let's dive right in. I just started doing those challenges in January. They're called Beauty and the Soul. And for the month of February, the challenge that I chose was taking back our personal power. What is personal power? It means that we acknowledge what we are truly capable of and that we live and speak with authenticity and truth. We make choices that make us feel good and continue our personal growth. It means taking responsibility for yourself in all forms. And I'm just going to comment quickly on my skincare routine, which I decided to include in this video along with the makeup, because one of the ways that I stand in my personal power is by doing my skincare routine. It is very important to me. I do it twice a day, every single day. I do change up the products here and there because I feel like your skin kind of gets tired of the same thing or gets used to the same thing, and it's nice to switch it up every now and then. But when I do my skincare, I really focus on me. I take the time to really look at myself and look at myself in the mirror, which a lot of people have trouble doing. And I just use that time to kind of go into a little bit of a meditative trance as I focus on how my face feels and how I feel when I'm putting the skincare products on my face. It's just a moment all to myself where I can show myself some love and do some amazing skincare. So going back to what is personal power, it is also refusing to let others define you, thinking for yourself and learning self-respect. It's time to take our power back, and how do we do that? So a few questions I would ask you. Are you a people pleaser? Do you put others' needs or feelings before your own? Do you feel resentful, frustrated, or depleted? Disconnected from your body, overwhelmed? Do you dim your own light so that others may shine instead of using your bright light to illuminate them? It's time to take our power back. And how do we do that? We do that by practicing forgiveness. Holding a grudge against someone doesn't hurt them. It only punishes us and keeps them in control of our personal power. There is a quote that says, holding on to a grudge, anger, or resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And that is so true. Holding on to all of those things really does keep those people that you feel those feelings towards completely in control of your own personal power. Avoid language that implies that we are a victim, because when you stay in that victim mindset, again, you give the people who victimized you power over you. They still have that power over you. So it would be better to change that verbiage up, and instead of implying that you are a victim, why not stand in your personal power as a survivor? Speaking about ourselves as if we are a victim holds a very negative connotation to it. We can decide not to be victims anymore and acknowledge ourselves as the survivors that we are. Own our self-worth. It is not dependent on what others think of us. It's how we feel about ourselves. Let's hold ourselves with high regard. Which brings me to the makeup look that I am creating in this video. This is the look that makes me feel the most confident about myself. I love the cool tone browns and the soft pink shimmer, the soft lavender shimmer. And there's something about a very well-blended eyeshadow that just makes me feel very, very confident. But if I wanted to walk around with hot pink and hot orange, neon blue, neon yellow, that would be okay too, because it really is not about what others think about us. Or let me rephrase that. It's not about what others think about me. It's all about how I feel about myself. And so I wear things and do things that make me feel good about myself. I could care less what other people think about how I look, how I dress, how I wear my hair, what type of jewelry I wear, how I carry myself. My actions, my decisions, all of those are my own and are, quite frankly, nobody else's business. This is my life, and I choose to lead it in the ways that work best for me. I went to therapy for a very long time, and my therapist told me very early on in a therapy session that I needed to learn how to be selfish. He told me that selfishness was a virtue, and I truly do believe that that is correct. Selfishness is a virtue. It's not the same type of selfishness that you think of when you're thinking about two kids and one does not want to share his toys with somebody else. Although as an adult, you do not have to share all of you, everything about you, with someone else. There are instances where you may need to put someone before you, depending on the situation. But I would say 99% of the time, you need to put yourself first, because your life, your self-worth, your happiness, your confidence is more important, truly, than anyone else's. You cannot make someone else happy. That is their responsibility. You are only responsible for your own happiness. And even if you wanted to add to someone else's life and love and happiness, you cannot do that with an empty cup. You have to love yourself first before you can truly love someone else. Not everyone needs to like us, but we need to look in the mirror and like ourselves. The other way that we can take our personal power back is by earning self-respect, by facing our fears. Have there ever been things that you have wanted to do, but you were just too afraid to do them? And then what did you do? Did you beat yourself up because you didn't do them? Think bad about yourself and say all kinds of negative things in your mind because you did not do something. You do earn self-respect by facing the hard things and facing your fears. And even if you face a fear and you fail, you still have earned self-respect because you tried. We can take our personal power back by accepting ourselves without judgment. We are, after all, human. And I just had this conversation the other day with a couple of friends when I said that the thing that I disliked most about myself was being human. Because we are human and we're not perfect. Not that I want to be perfect, but sometimes there are humanly things that we all do that I'm not very happy about. We can stop blaming ourselves and stop saying I'm sorry for every single little thing. When you say you're sorry, you're actually saying that you're sorry that you even exist on the planet, and that's not okay. You have every right, I have every right to take up space on this planet. I see it happen so many times when I'm watching a creator's video here on YouTube. I mean, it happens at work. Oh, they know. They know if I hear them say I'm sorry, I'm coming for them. They know they are not supposed to say I'm sorry. There are very, very rare instances where you need to say you're sorry. That word is used so easily, and it's just, it drives me nuts. And when I hear people in their videos say that they're sorry, you hear that noise that my phone just made? Some people would say, oh, I'm sorry, my phone made a noise. Why? I can't help it that my phone made a noise. Well, I mean, I could have turned the volume down, but I didn't think about it. Did it hurt anything that the phone made a noise? No. Would it hurt anything? That's like when my cats walk across the desk when I'm recording. I don't say I'm sorry for that. I have no control over a cat. You know, if you have cats, you know you have no control. No control over cats. I just hate to see people feel sorry about something so incredibly unimportant. In the grand scheme of things, a noise is so unimportant. It is just not important at all. Another way to take back your personal power is to be committed to your self-discovery and growth. We always have room to grow. Every single day we can grow in our personal power and in our lives, in our knowledge, in our feelings and our desires. There are so many things that we can grow in, and we can learn so much about ourselves if we would just take the time and sit with ourselves a little bit, maybe do a little skincare and look in the mirror at ourselves to figure out who we are. We can stop complaining. This happens a lot too. Complaining is just negative, and it drains us of our positive energy and feeds the negative. It really doesn't make you feel better. I mean, there are ways that you can complain where you're just venting, because everybody needs to vent every once in a while. That's different. How you go about it, everything is all how you go about it. And you can find different ways of doing things that are not so draining to you. We can accept responsibility for how we feel. No one can make us feel a certain way without our permission. It is our responsibility to make ourselves happy. It is not anybody else's responsibility to make you happy or me happy. It is totally my, listen to this, decision, because being happy is a decision. It's just a decision. Sometimes it's a hard decision to make, but it is just a decision. We can totally choose to be happy. Sometimes you flounder around in a dark room looking for the switch. Sometimes that sucker is hard to find. But it can be found. It is just a decision. And we're not responsible for anybody else's happiness. We only have the ability to make ourselves happy. We can set healthy boundaries. That is a big one, because when you have no boundaries, you have no personal power, no personal space. And you deserve to have that. It is your birthright to have your own personal power, your own space and boundaries. You can put not only physical boundaries in place, but emotional ones as well. And that gives us the power to decide how and with whom we share our time with. So what does your personal power look like? The challenge is to show what it looks like to stand in your personal power. What makes you feel confident, true to yourself, and powerful. Not powerful in a cocky way, but powerful in a confident, I got this, I'm not going to let anybody walk all over top of me kind of way. So I challenge everybody to be creative. Is it a signature look? That is what I am creating in this video. I'm creating a signature look that makes me feel very confident about myself. It makes me feel true to myself, that my feet are firmly planted on the ground and I can stand tall with my shoulders back and truly feel myself. Is it a certain ring? Is it a necklace? Because these are tools. It's like wearing a shirt. Not everybody, but some people have their favorite shirt or their lucky shirt, and it makes them feel a certain way. This is all about a feeling. Is it a certain song? Is it a pair of shoes? Is it a piece of poetry? Does being creative in some form energize you? A painting, creating a journal page. Sometimes, depending on the situation, I will use different tools to remind me to stand firm in my power, in my knowing of who I am, and I will show you what some of those are. So I challenge you to use your unique self-expression to show us how you stand in your personal power. I would love it if you would share with us in any creative form you choose and use the hashtag Beauty and the Soul so that we can all support you. I love for my hair to be up. It makes me feel very good about myself. I love messy hair. It makes me feel very confident about myself, very powerful. There are a few other things that I like to wear that make me feel more powerful and more confident. And one of those is my pentagram earrings. This is a pentagram with a half moon, and I have had these earrings for a very long time. There was a time that I wore them every day for about 5 years. This was not the shirt that I had picked to wear for this video, but this shirt ended up on the porch today and was absolutely perfect for this video. It was sent to me by a very, very dear, sweet soul sister friend, and I am extremely touched that she sent me this shirt. It has my dragonfly, it has my moon, and yes, I am very much a moon child. I am very much in tune with the moon. Look at how pretty it is. It is just gorgeous, and it changes and it shifts, and I absolutely love it. It was sent to me by Miss V from Simply You Makeup. I will list her channel down below so that y'all can go check her out. I absolutely adore her. There are a few other things that I adorn that help me to feel more confident about myself and stand in my power, and one of those is this beautiful amber ring. I wear this ring every day, and it has wonderful metaphysical properties to it. It has healing properties. If you know anything about meditation, when you have like a guided meditation, they will tell you to imagine that you're being washed over by a warm amber light, which is supposed to be very healing. Amber is also supposed to absorb negative energies. Lots and lots of wonderful properties for that. and I love it so much. This was actually gifted to me by a friend of mine, so I have 2 amber rings that I wear, and you can see that they're different colors. I also have a moonstone ring because I love the moon. I am very, very much in touch with the moon and all of its properties and energies. Y'all know when there's a full moon, people go crazy. When there's a full moon, I feel energized. The new moon drives me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I also have this opal, which I also wear every day, and that is a symbol for my mother. It's my mother's birthstone because my mother and I had enormous issues, and so this, and my mother is no longer with us, and I have an amazing relationship with her spiritually. We did not have an amazing relationship when she was in this physical world, but so this is symbolism of my mother, and that helps me to feel confident as well. Thank you so much, Andi, for doing this particular video with me as our collab video. I appreciate you so much. Y'all know Andi's link will be down in the description box so that you can go check her out. Thank you so much for listening to me talk about how to get your personal power back, how to stand in your personal power. Everybody has that ability, and I know that sometimes people think that that's hard to do, but it really is not. You are always, always just one decision away from a different life. You just have to make the decision to do so. Before you go check out Andi's video, make sure you show that like button some love, and as always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Find something to be grateful for today. Pull your makeup out and play with it. And I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Christopher, if you do not watch any other video, I truly hope that you watch this one, because maybe this video will give you a little boost of confidence and help you stand in your personal power next to the fishing pond, confident that you're going to catch the big one. Mama loves you, boo.